Easy method for removing any stain from your favorite shirt. Apply a little baking soda and lightly scrub it with your
Microjig, maker of the gripper. Work safer, work smarter.
This week on Woodworking for Mere Mortals, I'm gonna try out 5 different techniques for staining wood using products you might already have in your kitchen. I'm gonna create 2 samples for each, one on pine and one on red oak. I made a very concentrated brew by pouring boiling water over the coffee grounds and letting it sit for a couple of hours. Then I filtered out the grounds using my homemade drip coffee maker. I applied this using a soft cloth. All of these techniques will probably require more than one application to make them darker. I made the tea stain basically the same way by pouring boiling water over a few tea bags. I let it steep overnight. And the tea bags are perfect applicators. The tea seems to go on a little thinner than the coffee, but the color seems almost the same. I'll let these dry and put a couple more coats on and see what it looks like. Red wine seems to certainly stain furniture or carpeting. Let's see how it does on wood. To make the beet stain, I cut a couple of beets in half and boiled them in water for about an hour and a half. After cooling them off, I dropped them into a blender with a tiny bit of water. The beets seem to work best as a thick puree. I tried thinning it down to a beet juice and it didn't have the same effect. If you've ever made Indian food, you know that turmeric will stain everything. It looks pretty good on wood too. Turmeric seems to work best in a high concentration without a lot of water. Well, the results of these all-natural stains really surprises me. These are all viable options for coloring wood. It takes a little patience. Most of these required several applications to build up the color, letting them dry in between coats. Coffee and tea were similar and went on the weakest. The first couple of applications had very little effect on the wood, but the end results are great. The coffee darkened up the most and almost looks like store-bought walnut stain. I thought the wine would make a bigger impact, but I actually liked the pale reddish color it left on the wood. But the biggest winners were the beets and the turmeric. Both made a bold color statement with just 2 applications. And really the turmeric only needed 1 application. It's stunning how vibrant those colors came out. You'll have to decide for yourself if these natural stains are really worth the trouble. From a cost standpoint, all of these techniques, except for the turmeric, are less expensive than commercial wood stains. The beets, in particular, go a long way. I think you could stain an entire dresser with just 3 beets. Turmeric is definitely the most expensive, but for small projects, boxes, or picture frames, it would work out great. Coffee and tea will take the most patience just because they require multiple applications to make any noticeable change in the color, but it's very pleasant working with these and quite refreshing not to need a respirator to avoid breathing chemical fumes. Plus, it adds one more element of homemade to your projects. Things to do this morning. 1, drink coffee. 2, pretend like we're working. Quick, go back to bed. Friday night is the opposite of Monday morning. Tired? There's a nap for that. Okay, that one's pretty good. Anyone else still wearing pajamas? Sunday night plans. Those are just a few of the insights you can gain from Casper. Time magazine named it one of the best inventions of 2015, but I could have told you that because I've been getting a great night's sleep on its latex and memory foam combo since February of 2015. It's seriously the most comfortable mattress I've ever owned. Try Casper for 100 nights risk-free in your own home. If you don't love it, they'll come and pick it up and refund everything. And get $50 towards any mattress purchase by visiting casper.com/woodworking and using the promo code woodworking at checkout. It's just not Tuesday unless you spend all day wishing it were Friday. Thanks for joining me this week on Woodworking for Mere Mortals. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to revisit this topic again, and if you have tried any unusual wood staining techniques, or if you have any you'd like for me to try, let me know down in the comments. You guys know I really like to use a lacquer finish on my projects. If you're interested in learning my super fast, super easy technique that gives you a silky smooth finish, click on the box on the left. Click the box on the right to see a recent video over on Home and Garden for Mere Mortals. I think you're really gonna like this one, how to make homemade soap. And as always, please take a moment to subscribe to Woodworking for Mere Mortals. I post new woodworking videos every Friday on this channel. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I'll see you next week.